What happened to Call Me Carson? People have been telling me that it's a nice update video. Before we get into it, I want to make something very clear, and that is that this Carson situation was a fucking phenomenon to me. We had a 19-year-old man talking to a 17-year-old girl, and everybody lost their shit. Talking about how, like, he was such a bad guy, and, like, he was some kind of a predator. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, what? In any other scenario, nobody would have had a problem with it. Now everybody's talking about power dynamics as if they understand that, but what power dynamics are. Now I understand he's a famous celebrity, but there was nothing in the messages that he sent that ever leveraged his power as a celebrity against her, right? Like, if somebody's like, hey, if you'll do X, Y, Z with me, I'll make you famous. That's abuse. That's an abusive power dynamic. Okay? But he didn't do that. Now, the biggest crime, Carson, is he's a cringy motherfucker, let me tell you. But it's okay that you're cringy. This is one of those instances, though, where, like, he canceled himself, man. Like, well, not just him, but his friends betrayed him. I understand, like, people want to do the right thing, but I genuinely believed all of his friends that threw him under the bus were just trying not to get canceled. Because for whatever reason, people have an issue with the 19 and 17 power dynamic. It's incredible. It's not a big deal whatsoever. If you have an issue with power dynamics, understand there's a million types of power dynamics. If you have an issue with power dynamics, then you need to have an issue with people who make $500,000 a year dating people who make $30,000 a year. You're basically advocating for a complete erasure of, like, class interaction in any country. You think that somebody that has, like, more money can't interact with somebody with less money because having more money than somebody is a power dynamic. But you guys aren't ready for that conversation. You're all just super focused on canceling a kid for being a normal person. Now, people talk about how it's illegal to exchange images. You're right. And if he got some kind of charge on that, I don't care. But from a moral perspective, it's perfectly fine for a 19 and 17-year-old to bump uglies. So I don't really have a problem with exchanging pictures because pictures aren't as impactful as ugly bumping. You understand? So let's see what this has to say. I do know Carson had an extreme amount of guilt for what he did, but it was, like, completely uncalled for. It's one of those things where I constantly compare it. It's like if somebody who was sexually assaulted apologized for being sexually assaulted, would you say that they're in the wrong because they apologized? No. Now, Carson wasn't assaulted, of course, but my point is just because he thought he was wrong didn't make him wrong. Unless there's some magical aspect of this fucking situation that I don't know about, he's 100% in the right. And moving forward, for people saying that this was grooming, you are an idiot. Because there are people who are truly groomed and it is super emotionally fucking impactful, and you are literally belittling their experience by saying this is grooming, and you're a fucking problem. Okay? Let's watch this video.
You might be like a broken man in your late 20s. Like,
you think?
I mean, most YouTubers are, so.
He was basically with his underage fans, you know.
Also, people were listening to Keemstar? You think that Keemstar said that it's impossible to get raped in the mouth because you could just close your mouth. That's the person that you're listening to, by the way, all you fucking idiots. Just letting you know, that's the person that you're listening to. You're listening to a literal rape apologist when it comes to sexual assault. You're an idiot if you listen to Keemstar.
Sending eggplant emojis. They were sending back peach emojis.
19 and 17 isn't illegal. It's only illegal on Twitter.
So recently,
I agree with
Carson
that.
has been facing
I like moist critical. I don't know.
some very serious allegations that he was soliciting pictures from an underage fan of his.
I also hate when you say underage because, like, no context. Underage could be 17. It could be fucking 4. Like, we don't know. He's 19 and 17. It doesn't make it a problem. You use that word intentionally so you can elicit an emotional response.
Position as a YouTube creator and internet influencer in order to manipulate fans.
This could honestly just be the end of CallMeCarson. Like, this could honestly actually be like a genuine cancellation of CallMeCarson.
This water is disgusting, but I
At
bought
one
it.
point in time, Carson was what many considered to be a king of the internet.
Just so you guys know, I didn't even know who Carson was until he got canceled for this, so
He had an incredibly loyal, almost cult following, a differentiated public image as a nerdy yet confident introvert, and arguably
confident. You see those DMs? He is a cringe lord, let me tell you.
one of the most solid reputations across the content
Which is not
creation
illegal.
sphere. But only 4 months ago, all of this seemed to change. With the assistance of the drama community, including individuals like Keemstar, Scarce, and almost every commentary channel on YouTube, Carson's content creation journey would come to a halt. Since completely disappearing off the internet 4 months ago, Carson has barely said a word. Where did CallMeCarson go?
I mean, I know that this young man struggles with like mental health issues, so I'm surprised you pieces of shit didn't bully him into taking his own life. Because if you guys did, then I really hope that you couldn't sleep at night because you're pathetic.
Why is
Keemstar included, but I know Keemstar is a literal worthless idiot with no self-awareness. Keemstar is like a really fundamentally bad person.
Carson decided to avoid the drama instead of facing it front on? Do these 4 recent
Oh yeah, he had no friends to help him. They all threw him under the bus for some fucking, just to stay out of controversy.
posted updates hint at a return? Or is it simply Carson finding an outlet to troll while remaining out of the public eye? This video will explain every single event leading up to the sudden disappearance of Carson King, so we can ultimately answer the question of what happened to CallMeCarson.
Okay.
Carson King would create his first YouTube channel all the way back in September 2011 at the age of 12.
Wow, he started
Under the name of
he
Blue
started
Creepers 1.
what did he started right when
Hey guys, it's the Blue Creepers 1.
And considering he's only 21 years of age now, this means that Carson has been on his YouTube journey for almost 50% of his lifetime. Carson explained that his desire to begin making content came from
watching like Pokemon walkthroughs, and I was like, I want to do that.
And that he was almost addicted to the content creation process from the second he began. However, despite this long-lasting channel making Carson an absolute YouTube veteran, he saw little success in the beginning. Carson would upload videos such as Carson's Choice and Minecraft multiplayer adventures.
Yo, what's up guys? I'm playing a little Minecraft again.
But due to his young age, the poor quality and lack of story within the videos, they wouldn't even touch the surface on the YouTube algorithm. And Carson will remain as a barely recognizable prepubescent teen with a following of less than 50 subscribers. But despite the lack of following, Carson enjoyed making the content and always seemed to have that vision for being YouTube famous despite his young age.
I already love the idea of being a big YouTuber, but I was a f***ing child.
And perhaps with the assistance of his early obliviosity, Carson would—
I feel like this video could be like 4 minutes long. They just really added a lot of backstory here.
do something bizarre. He'd create 3 similar but separate channels to make videos on. Blue Creepers 1, as previously mentioned, Gamercraft 157, and Icebox Carson, spreading regular content across all 3.
Hey guys, what's up? Carson here. Back with the Minecraft challenge.
Throughout 2011 and 2012, Carson would upload more than 130 videos across these 3 channels, once again signaling his love for the content creation process from a young age.
Poggers,
However,
man. Good for
despite
him.
clearly enjoying the idea of being a YouTuber, none of these channels really did much for him, as most of the videos on these channels still have less than 50 views to this day. But the lack of success ended up being a positive for Carson, as it perhaps indicated to him that it was time to ditch all 3 channels and focus on a new singular channel that he could invest all of his energy into. For this reason, on his 13th
I mean, I don't know anything about Carson, so this is actually entertaining to me. I know a lot of you guys are complaining about
birthday, the 10th of May 2012, Carson King would create the channel that would eventually become the famous CallMeCarson channel that we know of today. The official CallMeCarson channel, or Blue Crew Pros as it was known in the beginning, was pretty similar to the previous channels in terms of performance. Carson's young age and fairly horrible video making skills repelled a potentially loyal audience. But this would begin to change slightly in 2013 at the age of 14, when Carson would upload a video titled Mine of Duty Summit Trailer. This video has since been privated, but would gain him 100,000 views and provide the channel with its first bit of subscriber growth, also possibly signifying to Carson that continuing the uploads would be worthwhile, and with perseverance and consistency, something might eventually become of this channel. But if Carson was going to continue the uploads, it only made sense that he wanted to put a face to the name. So he would go ahead and reveal his face to the audience in a video appropriately titled Face Reveal.
I thought that would be the end of it. It looks like shit. I wouldn't do. I would have kept my face private, Carson.
Hi. How are you?
Now, having a face attached to the CallMeCarson channel was extremely useful for identifying the owner, but it did little for him in the way of growth. Throughout 2014 and 2015, Carson had some semi-viral videos such as a now deleted Butter song dedicated to Sky Does Minecraft, but by March 2016, almost 5 years after starting his YouTube journey, Carson had barely cracked the 4,000 subscribers.
You think it's messed up? Dude, I'm a fucking satirical commentary channel. Of course it's messed up.
The mark. The videos he was posting were self-described as
those videos were so they were so unbelievably bad.
Dude. And therefore this kind of low-level growth would continue into 2017.
Is that guy Swagger Souls on the left? Is that who that is?
2018, gaining at a rate of around 200 per month. After 7 years of making content, Carson was still unable to gain more than 1,000 subscribers in a month. But Carson didn't care that he was gaining less than 1,000 subscribers a month. He instead valued the growth in comparison to 2011 when he was gaining 0 subscribers a month. Carson just continued to push through the mud. And in May 2018, the CallMeCarson channel would finally get its big break.
Okay.
You guys like Garfield?
Oh, I love Garfield. Show me some
Garfield.
I don't like Garfield all that much.
Oh my.
On the 11th of May 2018, Carson would upload a video to his channel titled DeviantArt is not safe.
Powers/abilities. Pete Bizon. Street.
She's not an alien.
She's an alien.
The video was done in a somewhat similar style to many other rising internet review videos which were being popularized at the time, and as a result performed in somewhat of...
Whoa, where do I find that picture? Where do I find that? Where do I find that?
A similar manner. Only 2 months after the video had been posted, it had added a total of 1.25 million views to the CallMeCarson channel, which was more than the channel's combined total views from the 6 years worth of previously posted content. On top of this, Carson would gain 35,000 subscribers from the video, and Carson had officially gone from a nothing to a small YouTuber. However,
look at that. What the fuck is this?
Carson wouldn't stay as a small YouTuber for long, because he was about to post a video for his 35,000 subscribers that would quintuple his total count once again.
How's it going, Don Cheadle?
Hey, Don Cheadle, how's it going?
I'm doing pretty okay.
Oh, hey, Don Cheadle.
Hey, Don Cheadle. How are you today?
Hey, oh no, 3 Don Cheetos.
Oh,
hi, I'm Don Cheadle.
Hey, how's it going, Don Cheadle?
Oh, hey, Don Cheadle.
Hi, I'm Don Cheadle.
After seeing the success of his deep...
Why is this? I mean, like, hey, listen, you know, whatever floats your boat. Why the fuck is this popular? Must have just been
art is not safe.
Must have just been what kids were into back then.
Safe video. Carson would go on to upload a video titled Invading Discord Servers, and to say that this video was hilarious would be an absolute understatement.
Watch out, gamer. I'm close to leveling up, and you look like just enough XP.
The hilarious nature of this video caused Carson to gain a whopping 158,000 further subscribers in July 2018, only 2 months after he would gain his first bit of traction, ultimately revealing 2 main things to Carson. Firstly, that his videos were finally of high enough quality to maintain an audience, and secondly, that he should continue to pump out videos with a similar style and premise. Carson would go on to do so.
What is this, Gene? Where is my super suit?
And by March 2019, only 9 months after initially blowing up, Carson will pass 1 million subscribers, which was accompanied by a video celebrating the milestone.
Thank you guys all for 1 million subscribers. This has been my dream since I was about 11, so I really can't overstate how joyful I am about this.
Carson's YouTube channel and Twitch streams would continue to grow throughout 2019, to the point where he would even announce that Carson and some of his YouTube friends would be hosting a podcast titled Unzipped.
Here's the plug.
The plug! It's coming! Go subscribe to the Unzipped podcast down below. We are going to upload podcasts weekly.
Each of these elements led to an incredibly successful 2019 for Carson, to the point where he would state that he couldn't even leave his house without being recognized in public. However, despite Carson saying that constantly getting recognized in public was one of his goals...
I thought this was Carson for a second. What? Sorry.
Sooner or later, you will start getting recognized out in public. Like,
kind of look.
I swear I...
His mom or his dad or...
know you from somewhere. You know,
That's the goal.
I'm very uneducated on this.
I mean, is it?
It would be in 2020 that Carson's fame would begin to turn into somewhat of a burden for him.
Am I cute?
Are you cute? Yeah, you are cute.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Carson had begun to date popular Twitch streamer Katarino in late
what a cringy interaction that was. Hoofa! Woo!
2019, early 2020, and in the beginning, everything seemed to be going well.
Do you think I have Disney princess eyes?
You have very pretty eyes.
However, many people who barely even know who Carson is are aware that this relationship would go on to end in somewhat of a catastrophe. In March 2020, after dating for approximately 3 months, it would be revealed that Katarino had been hiding some skeletons in the closet that she had been keeping from both Carson and her audience.
Carson gave her everything, and then she goes and cheats on him with Fritz.
Crazily enough, Katarina was actually in another relationship at the time while dating Carson, and had also been cheating on each of her partners with a long list of other confirmed and unconfirmed content creators.
Jesus. What a bitch. Why would you do that? I mean, listen, I get why you cheat on Carson. Look at that kid. He looks like shit. But why the hell are you doing? Why are you fucking like 18 people? What the hell's the matter with you? I'm sorry, Carson. I didn't mean to fuck with you. You're a nice guy. I don't know. Sorry.
Creators, one of which being Fitz, who Carson was good friends with.
You know, I have apologized and explained myself to Carson privately behind the scenes, and things have sort of been...
Wait, you fucking cheated on... Wait, you fucked his girlfriend? You're his friend? You're a shitty friend. That's shit. That's some shit, dude. What is wrong with you? You're gonna betray your friend like that? What happened to, like, friendship? What happened, bro? Shit, it's fucked up.
As the information was spilled out into the world publicly.
Oh, this is terrible. I don't know why I'm drinking it. You know, this is what happens when you put a bunch of nerds. You give it. See, that girl. See, when you guys saw that girl, you're probably like, "Whoa, she's like hot. She's like a 10 out of 10. She's like a 4." Okay, but when you put her next to Carson and this fucking guy, she looks incredible. These guys probably thought that she was the most beautiful thing in the world. You want to know who's hot? Hottest woman in the world, of course, next to my partners. All right, fucking Xena the warrior. Fucking, this is hot. This is beauty. This is the pinnacle of fucking beauty. You young guys don't understand. If ever, this is the fucking Xena the warrior princess. Woo, bro. You guys are saying no? Are you kidding me right now? How could you say, look at this? It's hot.
Carson would make a tweet stating that he was taking a break indefinitely. This has been a difficult decision, but after considering some recent personal events and my own mental health, I've decided I need a moment to step away, going to focus on making myself a better person. Thank you for the support. Katarina would then post what you might call a classic YouTuber apology, stating that she was in the wrong and that she was sorry for cheating on Carson.
I still let him on and ended up hurting Carson.
Hey, I like this. I like All Might. That's cool.
And my boyfriend at the time very badly in the process.
Wait, was Carson not her boyfriend?
And ended up hurting.
That she was in the wrong and that she was sorry for cheating on Carson.
I still let him on and ended up hurting Carson and my boyfriend at the time.
Is she saying Carson is the boyfriend and her boyfriend? Was Carson the one she was cheating on someone else with? What the fuck? Carson, what are you rocking down there, dog? Holy moly. Oh my goodness, bro. Jesus, dude. This is too confusing.
Very badly in the process.
Which resulted in a hilarious ratio of 565,000 dislikes to 17,000 likes, showing that the audience most certainly saw Katarina as the perpetrator and Carson as the victim. Throughout his time off, Carson would continue to make random hilarious tweets in true Carson style, such as, "Well, at least I have 8 ball," increasing his notoriety once again. But after 1 month, it seemed as though Carson had got tired of doing nothing, would make a statement about the event and return to creating content.
I've missed this, by the way. I've missed being on this site. Anyways, it's been a minute.
Is Carson part of Cloud9 for what? Chess? Why, what the fuck?
I'm glad to be back in the saddle, I think.
Generally speaking, to be involved in drama often ends up in a loss of reputation for the YouTubers involved. However, since Katarina was the one who did the cheating, the event as a whole would be incredibly beneficial for Carson's reputation and growth. Despite being completely inactive for the month of March, Carson would gain 180,000 subscribers and 17 million views, resulting in the second most successful month ever ever in the history of his YouTube channel, despite the fact that he wasn't even posting videos. And when compared to Katarina, who would lose more than 30,000 subscribers from the event, it's safe to say that Carson would come out as the victor in this episode of YouTube drama. Carson's increased notoriety stemming from the drama would lead to further viewers follow.
Does she still make content? Because, like, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but that just seems like some kid drama. I don't even know how to spell her name. I just,
Nearly 4.
yeah, she doesn't really post anymore. I don't know. I feel like, oh wow, she only posted one time after that. I just feel like, who gives a shit? Like, it's not a good thing to do. But I feel like it's not like the worst. Like, it's like you were shitty, and then you kind of move on. You know what I mean? I feel like that shouldn't be a death sentence for her. You know, everybody makes mistakes. It's not like she's a deadbeat dad or anything that's rich and doesn't take care of their kid and then lies to their partner or their, person that's having a kid with, saying that they want to be part of their life, but then doesn't actually engage in part of their life, like Polo Boy. Am I right, guys?
Followers and subscribers on both YouTube and Twitch. And with the cheating scandal now in the rearview mirror, it seemed like Carson was ready to take over the world. However, within less than a year, Carson would find himself embroiled in yet another controversy, ultimately leading to his disappearance from the internet.
Okay. Now we're finally up to par.
This is a very important story. Today we are going to be talking about one of the most beloved Minecraft YouTubers known as Carson.
On the 5th of January 2021, YouTubers Travis and Hugbox, who are part of Carson's Lunch Club group, would come forward and explain to Keemstar that Carson had been texting a 17-year-old girl in 2019.
As a 19-year-old.
Carson had admitted to this via Discord, so the proof was certainly there, and Carson was unable to refute the reality of what was happening to him. Other members who were also part of the Lunch Club, such as Jay Schlapp, were
Jay Schlapp's a pussy. Fucking loser.
Post a video explaining that he had been aware of the situation for some time.
He explained that he had exchanged photos with the 17-year-old while he was 19, and that he was done with it. He hadn't done it in months.
Like, I understand it's illegal, but like, it's one of those things where it's like, so is weed, but like, it's not a big deal. Like, are a 19 and a 17-year-old to exchange pictures? Like, I understand. Like, it's just like, it's perfectly acceptable for them to sleep together in real life, but it's illegal to exchange pictures. You know what I'm saying? From a moral perspective, who cares? Like, if he got fucking arrested for it, I don't care. But like, morally, he didn't do anything wrong.
He was ashamed of what he had done.
And that he was unimpressed with Carson's actions.
Well, he's a
Carson
loser.
would lose a massive 270,000 subscribers following the release of the information, which was approximately 10% of his subscribed fan base. After making a tweet on the day before the release of the allegation stating, "If you spell your name wrong on an IQ test, does your score get knocked down?" Carson would go ghost on all social media and hasn't been heard from besides a few recent appearances, which will be discussed in just a minute. The most unimpressive part about the whole drama was simply how Carson dealt with it, or you might say how he didn't deal with it.
You know, since the drama, he hasn't said anything. He hasn't made any public statements.
Every one of his friends abandoned him. They all pretended like he did something wrong. Of course, he's not going to fucking respond to it. Like, he thought he did something wrong because literally everybody in his society around him told him he was wrong, even though he wasn't. It's the equivalent of you like fucking victim shaming a fucking rape victim into thinking that it was their fault. I'm just like, honestly, bro, it's fucking crazy. You guys labeled a fucking dude a predator that didn't do anything wrong. Like, what? Like, that's fucked up. You know how pissed off people in the real world would be if they heard about the situation? They'd be like, wow, this is really fucked up because I was literally raped and this guy didn't do anything wrong. And now you're putting that girl who was just clout chasing on the same level as me with my fucking trauma where like I was like had a part of me stolen. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Any apologies, literally anything. He just went dark and left the platform.
Carson just went completely silent and didn't even put any effort into saving his image. Now, it's not like Carson should have come on and tried to convince his audience that he wasn't in the wrong.
Yeah, he should have.
Carson had an extremely loyal audience who supported him through the thick and thin, and if he'd just been a little honest, stated that what he did was wrong, he'd learned from his mistakes, then...
What he did wasn't even wrong. Shut up. I'm just saying, this guy's doing the same thing. He's like... Yeah, what he did, like, it wasn't wrong, but you know, you want to seem like the good guy, the fence sitter. Well, if he just apologized for what he did was wrong, he could have moved on. He didn't do anything wrong. What are you talking about?
Continued to upload videos. Depending on how he executed it, there's a reasonable chance that his audience might have moved on because it's not like what he did was something that he couldn't come back from. Sure, what he did certainly wasn't commendable.
Wasn't really bad. He was just a really cringy fuck.
But it's not like he did a full-blown EDP and got caught in 4K attempting to meet up with a 13-year-old. We talked about this in the video discussing how Logan Paul saved his reputation after the Japanese forest video. Give it a little bit of time, acknowledge it happened, then frame the whole scenario as a stupid mistake and not such a big deal.
Delete Logan Paul's YouTube channel. Check it out. 533,029 have signed. Well, I'm gonna make sure this gets to 533,030 right now because I'm signing it. Because, Logan Paul, right?
But for Carson, he perfected the part where he gave it a little bit of time, but instead of coming back and framing it as a, yeah,
this dude has mental health problems. That's my understanding. Why the what?
Whatever, it was just a stupid mistake. He clearly let the whole thing consume him to the point where a successful return is becoming less and less likely. However, I could be completely wrong, as from numerous comments on Carson's videos, it actually seems as though his fans are almost yearning for his return, and perhaps many have forgiven him after a bit of time has passed, best summed up by this comment. It says a lot about Carson that after he got cancelled, the comments of his last video are mostly about fond memories and hoping he gets better instead of hating him. And perhaps Carson has noticed this, because over the last month, he has lightly resurfaced across a few social media platforms. And while we're trying to avoid a full-blown commentary channel clickbait situation here of Carson is back, there are 4 main pieces of compelling recent evidence that hint at a possible return. The first sign that Carson is still alive and well was during a stream of Ludwig's on the 5th of April 2021. On the stream, Ludwig was playing a video involving Carson.
Carson first, Carson? Pag chomp.
And Carson actually texted Ludwig to request that he stop playing it.
You want to know who told me that the Carson video is playing? Carson.
I have no idea what they're talking about. What is happening?
Send me a text.
However, Carson would then go silent for another 3.5 weeks, up until the 29th of April 2021, at which point he would post the following video to his Instagram story.
He's going full Joker mode here.
Carson would leave the video up for approximately 8 minutes before removing it again, an action that made many of his fans question whether or not the video was posted accidentally. He deleted this 5 minutes after he posted it. Do you all think this was an accident or meaning something? However, the more likely reality is that Carson was testing the waters with how his fan base might react to a potential reappearance.
I think what's likely is that he posted it and then he felt like he wasn't ready emotionally to come back after being canceled, so he deleted it. Because I had done that before too.
Which is also backed up by another act relating to him testing the waters, and that's his Steam profile changes. Over the last month, Carson has changed his Steam profile name from Happy Easter to Fart World Road Trip, the CEO of the world, a message from Carson, long sandwich, and most recently, Balls Man 2, which thankfully shows us that Carson is still somewhat active and has
the Balls
his sense
Man
of humor throughout the rough period. The final piece of evidence for where Carson is at the moment comes from Twitch streamer Connor Eats Pants, who stated on a stream from early May 2021 that Carson has been seeing a therapist and seems to be getting the help that he needs.
Yeah, I've been in contact. Not too much, but I do know that he's in therapy and he's getting help. So
I just want getting help for what?
That's what's good.
A much
like getting help for the mental health problems. Yes, yeah, definitely. Getting help for talking to a 17-year-old. Shut up. If that's the truth, shut up.
Needed message for the many fans wishing for Carson's return. What happened to CallMeCarson? Well, the answer to this question seems to be somewhat obvious. He clearly took a break to deal with the drama associated with his scandal in early 2021. But the more important question that everyone wants to know the answer to is that will we be seeing a return from CallMeCarson? Well, the answer to this question can only be determined by the man himself. However, much of the evidence seems to hint that Carson is on his way back to creating content. Sure, there's nothing that's rock solid, but 4 pieces of information in the space of a few weeks as opposed to a few months of silence previously show that he's certainly wriggling his toes once again, and we might be seeing a return of CallMeCarson in the near future.
Imagine being able to just take off for like 6 months. Crazy. Yeah, alright, decent video. I thought it was going to be like a fucking hit campaign on CallMeCarson. I just really wish that creators would take more of an active stance As like Carson didn't do anything wrong. It seems to be more of like the mature streamers that take like this active stance, like fucking what is that? Moist Critical, and I know that like myself, and I know that the Destiny had like an active stance, but like nobody, I don't know. But like you have all these other YouTubers that are just like fucking, they just won't take a stance. They'll either say it was deplorable so that they don't fucking, I don't know. They'll say it's deplorable so that they can feel like they're helping the world even though they're not, or they'll just have like a midline take where they just try to stay out of drama, and it's like, damn, man. I just feel like you guys got to nut up a little bit. Put your balls on the fence, you know? You kind of, sometimes you just got to fucking put your balls on the fence and just be like, you know what? This was bullshit.